Welcome to another episode of You Know
Ball, baby.
Brought to you by PLAYBOOK Sports. I'm Anthony. To my right, I got the host with the most. Philly Phil in the building.
Yes, sir.
What's
Right
up,
here.
brother?
What's up? Amen, brother.
Let them know what they got to do, Phil.
Hey, if y'all ain't doing this already, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow PLAYBOOK Sports HQ on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter, along with hitting that bell as well on YouTube because we got some live stream coming on in the future.
Facts.
But anyways, we about to get into it. We finally at our top 10 spots with our small forwards list, and we about to either yap or agree. Maybe yap, but let's get into it.
We agreed the first episode. I feel like we yapped the second episode. This episode, I'm excited to see what happens. But
It's going to get hot.
I think you're not going to like my number 10, so I'll just kick it off with number 10.
Who's your number 10?
Number 10, I got Lauri Markkanen.
Oh, okay. I'm not mad about that.
I know that's your guy, so
I can understand at number 10.
I just wanted to see how you feel. Test the waters a little bit. I know we had this argument about this during the season, and you might get on me for saying this, but I think he'd be a good player on a contender. I just think my problem with it during the season, talking about the Thunder, was it would have been an overpay for us. Like, I think he would be good on a team that wants to win a ring. I just wouldn't spend too much for him because we haven't seen him in that role.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He almost shot 50, 40, 90 as a 7-footer. That's super impressive, obviously. But, yeah, I mean, realistically, he's not really a small forward.
That too.
So it'll be weird if they're playing him there. But I did
don't
a little
want him to
research
play that.
on why they had him listed like this. And I guess the Jazz were really good last year when John Collins played the 5, which I didn't really know like that. But, yeah, so I'll put him at 10, leave him at 10. I'm cool with him here. There's dudes that I just think are a lot better than him.
Interesting. I just don't like him at the 3.
No.
I had him higher, but I mean, I don't mind you. As long as he's a top 10 small forward, I'm chilling.
I got him right at 10. RJ Barrett could take a spot, though. He could take it.
No.
He could take
it. Ain't
it.
happening. But anyways, my number 10. This man anger you.
Dylan Brooks.
No. I got Zach LaVine at number 10.
I get it. But
okay.
I don't like it, but I get it.
Now, the Bulls are his team.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to score at will. Problem is, with Kobe White and I forgot the other dude's name. Well, honestly, I'll just say with Kobe White, I feel like now the Bulls are probably going to see more if they can try to trade him again, without a doubt. And I feel like that's going to mess him up a little bit. And then again, the injury he had kind of throws me off a little, so I don't know how he's going to look again when he comes back. That's one thing setting me back from putting him a little higher.
The
Still a
reason
good player, though.
I disagree, and I think 10 is a fair spot for him. I just think when he's healthy, bro, you could argue he's the best scorer in basketball. You know, right now. He didn't look like that last year. He only averaged 19 points a game. But he was beat up last year. He still had a 50-point game during the season, or a 40-point game, I think, versus Detroit. But I think he's a lot better than what he did last year. And there's another dude that I'm going to talk about in a second that I feel the same way about, and I guess I'll talk about him. That's Brandon Ingram at number 9. I think Brandon Ingram just is a lot better than what he was last year. I think the same way for LaVine. The small forwards just took a hit last year, but I think Brandon Ingram, if he gets traded somewhere, he could hoop, bro. Brandon Ingram, we know, could be a 25-point scorer in the NBA.
Yeah.
It's just his role is so weird in New Orleans, and shout out New Orleans because, like, they built a really good team. But realistically, bro, and this might sound like I'm hating, I'd rather start a Herb Jones right now over Brandon Ingram. Or I'd rather trade Brandon Ingram for something else so I could start Herb Jones.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't do that.
It's even that though, he's a weird fit there. You know, it's like you have DeJounte who needs the ball, McCollum needs the ball, Ingram needs the ball, Zion needs the ball. Like everyone needs the ball, bro. It just doesn't work. So I think they should ship him off for sure. But I do think if he went somewhere else, he could be a 25-point per game scorer.
Or bench CJ.
You could bench CJ too. Bench either, honestly, any of them. But they do need to bench someone next year.
That is true.
They can't start all 4 or 5 of these guys. And I definitely don't think you bench Zion.
Oh, no, without a doubt.
And you definitely don't bench DeJounte. So that leaves me with McCollum and Ingram.
Imagine they go small ball and put Zion at the 5.
Oh, hell no, boy. Hell no.
Imagine.
Not this lightweight Zion, bro.
I don't know, man. You never know. At number 9, this is where it makes me sad because I want him to be higher. I had Jalen Williams at number 9.
Okay.
I was sad about this. I think he's amazing. Stats are incredible, shooting splits wise. But the people I've hired, I feel like are just better scorers. But the one thing I do like about him this year, and I love it because I've been preaching this. Lord, y'all need to get more than Markkanen. Y'all need to get big. The fact that Isaiah Hartenstein is finally going to either play the 4 or the 5, and he doesn't have to worry about playing the 4, I feel like he's definitely going to be better.
Played the 4, bro.
I was mad when he was playing the 4 because I was like, he's 6'5". This isn't his role. Like he's a scoring all around type of dude. Like he can contribute anywhere. It's just that when guarding those bigger guys at the 4, it's not him.
Nah.
He did a good job though, but it's no. So he can finally move back to either playing the shooting guard or small forward. And I feel like it's going to be an easier focus on him to primarily focus on perimeter defense. Because with Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein down there, you're golden, bro.
Yeah.
You're golden. You don't ever got to look back and be like, oh, I got to get that rebound. I got to do this. Like every single play. There's going to be plays where you could just be like, all right, I got this dude in front of me. I just got to body him up, lock him up, maybe get a couple steals here and there. Drives past you. Okay. You got me. Hardenstein, you got me. Che, you got me. All right. I'm chilling.
Trust them boys.
Yeah, so maybe he'll get an offensive boost.
I got him a little higher just because I'm projecting another jump from him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only real difference. But my number 8, this is where I had your boy Desmond Bane. I think Desmond Bane, bro, I just think is the perfect fit. Like on any team. I know we had that discussion last episode.
Watch the last episode.
If you agree with me that Desmond Bane, if you don't, then watch the last episode. But either way, I just think like you can't name a point guard in the league that Desmond Bane couldn't be elite next to. Like he is the perfect. If I'm building a team, I'd take any point guard and then I'd take Desmond Bane and put him right next to him, just because he fits so well next to other guards. And last year he was the primary dude and he still looked good. So I just think he's a versatile guard. Mm-hmm. I think the thing that kind of knocks is like he's not really a small forward.
Yeah.
I do think of him as a 2 guard. So that would be my knock for him. But yeah, I mean he averaged 24, 4, and 5, shooting damn near 50, 40, 90. So I'm taking that over a role player. Okay.
I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad. It's weird, but I'm not mad. He's just not a small forward.
It's weird. That's weird.
It's just weird.
But I think he'd be a top 10 shooting guard too. So
shooting guards is a whole different thing, man.
Yeah.
I don't even think there's barely any shooting guards. Anthony Edwards, that's a list.
I haven't looked at. That's how this one feels though too.
Anthony Edwards, Austin Reeves. I'm just playing. Anyways, my bad. At number 8, this is where I have Brandon Ingram.
Okay.
Now Jalen Williams. This is what was troubling me because this was the hardest thing. I was looking at Brandon Ingram and Jalen Williams. The only thing I can put like Brandon Ingram over Jalen Williams for is he's a better scorer. I think he's a better scorer.
That's true. He is. But who has a better chance of averaging more points next year?
I really think it's Brandon Ingram.
Really?
Even if he gets traded, I think it's Brandon Ingram.
Like I think he averaged 21 last year. Jalen Williams averaged 19, and Jalen Williams is 22, 23. Mm-hmm. Like I think the age is where I could see the jump coming in. But I mean, on paper, Brandon Ingram is a better scorer.
That's literally the only thing that I was struggling with because I was like, nah, but Jalen Williams can do this, do that, but Brandon Ingram is a really, really good scorer. Like that mid-range shot, oh my goodness.
Jalen Williams, I think, has a better mid-range, statistically. I think Brandon Ingram takes tougher ones, but Jalen Williams last year made more than half of his mid-range shots, which is like, that's ridiculous.
That's a really good stat.
As a sophomore. So, yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, though. Brandon Ingram, like, that's the thing about stats, though. You watch Brandon Ingram play and you see him hit a mid-range shot, or you watch KD play and you see him hit one of those shots with a dude's fucking hand in between his eyeballs, compared to Jalen Williams, who might just be at the three-point line, pump fake, one dribble, pull up.
Didn't somebody actually do that to KD? They put like their hand in his face?
Yeah, I was watching the top 100 plays, and he had a game winner like that, and it was fucking ridiculous.
Wow.
Fucking ridiculous. KD, the best power forward in the league.
No, that's Giannis. Thank you, buddy.
My number 7, this is where I had Zach LaVine.
Okay.
We know 5 years ago, he averaged 27 points. Like, that's ridiculous. And I'm not saying he's going to get back to that, but I think with no DeMar there's more opportunities for him to become that baller. Josh Giddey is a really good playmaker. Kobe White showed that he's a good playmaker. Ayo Dosunmu, those are all dudes that I want next to a Zach LaVine.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to see him somewhere else, though.
Yeah.
But if it's just what it is next season, I think Zach LaVine could go out and average 27. Again, bro, and I was talking to my uncle yesterday. He's a Laker fan.
Mm-hmm.
I would love him on the Lakers, bro. I think that would be like, and you know I'm not a Laker fan. I think that would be so fun to watch. Because
it really would.
That's what you guys are missing. Like a dude that could consistently be a scorer on the perimeter. When D'Angelo Russell looks like it, he is. But there's games where D'Angelo Russell, my boy, shoot 4 for 18 and then go out there and cry on the podium. But Zach LaVine, like you'll never see that from Zach LaVine.
That is
true.
true.
And I think the Lakers defense would help anchor him. But again, on the Bulls, bro, it's just like, get the fuck out the way and give him the ball. Give him the ball.
I would like to see him with my Lakers, but to be honest, I would really want to see him in Detroit. I would really want to see a Cade Cunningham and Zach LaVine connection. I don't know what it is. I just keep seeing, like, I know Tobias Harris is there. I know Malik Beasley is there now. And Jalen Duren is going to have a better year at center. But I really do feel like Zach LaVine and Cade Cunningham together would kill it.
I just don't want anyone to take the ball away from Cade. I think that's my thing. I love Cade too much where it's like, Cade to me might be the most underrated player in the league, bro. Because he averaged, I think, 23 last year officially playing with bums.
Yeah.
Bums. Offensively, bums. Sorry.
What did he do? Didn't he drop like 40 or 50 in a loss?
Yeah, he was cold.
But that's what I mean, bro. Like, I just feel like there'd be a really good dynamic duo if Cade Cunningham and Zach LaVine partnered up. I feel like it wouldn't really take away. It'd be more like I could see it as production-wise, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George.
I didn't like that pairing.
You didn't like that pairing?
I didn't like that pairing.
I liked it. I thought it worked out. I just didn't like the fact that James Harden the rest. Well, if they didn't get injured.
I didn't think it worked out, but I would look at it more like I don't know. I was gonna say Kyrie and Luka.
Okay,
but
that too.
It would be more like LaVine is more like Kyrie, if that makes sense. Because Cade should be the lead playmaker, and LaVine should just be a bucket. But I just don't think Zach LaVine could lock in on defense the way we saw Kyrie do it.
That is true.
I don't think that's a realistic, and that's why I like him on the Lakers because the Lakers play such good defense, where LaVine could just chill.
We gotta bring that defense back, bro. I'm expecting like top 10 or top 5 defense.
Bring that D, boy.
Yes, sir. At my number 7, this is where I have Michael Porter Jr.
Bro,
I had him at number 7 only because there are so many times I've seen a lot of Denver Nuggets games, and right when either Nikola Jokic or Jamal Murray steps off the court, there were some times when Michael Porter Jr. went on these crazy like spurts of just scoring at will from deep. So imagine this. Imagine Russell Westbrook and Michael Porter Jr. in at the same time. Imagine Westbrook kicking it to Michael Porter Jr. in the corner or just anywhere. Because Russell Westbrook could find him.
I feel like that would look really good some games and really. That's the thing with Michael Porter Jr., bro. And I like what you said last episode, where if he could go back to that 24 and 10, if he's consistently good, Michael Porter Jr., I'm with you. He's maybe top 5, honestly, next year. But I just don't think he could do that, bro. And I think like when he looks bad, to me he's like the D'Angelo Russell small forwards, bro. It's like when he looks bad, he looks bad. When he looks great, it's like Brooklyn D'Lo's back. But I need him to be consistent, bro, and I just don't know if he could do that.
I just really do feel like Russell Westbrook's energy is going to rub off on him because Russell Westbrook, whenever he's around his teammates, they turn into a whole different person. Like, let's remember, Paul George and KD had their best seasons with Westbrook.
Beal.
James Harden, too, and Beal. Yeah. So, in the Flippers, they played really well around him. Like, they had more of a oomph, like a little bit more of dogs in them. Imagine Michael Porter Jr. with Russell Westbrook. Bro, I really feel like there could be something there.
Might be my Thunder bias.
Okay.
But I think Westbrook was like the only thing that kept that Clippers team alive. Because when he was in, like you said, he was a – bro, they were playing him at the 5. And he's a 30-year-old 6'2" guard. You know, like –
that man plays hard.
He plays hard, bro. Yeah, I agree with you there. I think he definitely will be a benefit for Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray. Mm-hmm. I definitely think so. And Jokic, honestly. I think the backdoors with him – I doubt he's listed as a starter. Is he Westbrook?
No, he's listed as a bench player, but
I would have ranked him pretty high because I think he's gonna have a good year next year.
Let me double check.
My number 6.
You can go. I'm just double checking.
My number 6. This is where I had Jalen Williams, bro. He was one of the most efficient mid-range shooters last year. He's a great defender, and I expect another jump to where he could be at that 23, 24 point per game efficiency. Dudes like LaVine, and Brandon Ingram, I think when you look at what they could be, they definitely could have higher ceilings than Jalen Williams. But I just think Jalen Williams had similar seasons to those guys last year, and I think he's more due for a jump than those guys. So it was more just playing statistics rather than like LaVine. I think could average 27. I think Brandon Ingram could average 25. I don't think Jalen Williams could do that, but I think Jalen Williams is more likely to average 23 next year.
I have no problem with that. Like I said, I was struggling, bro. I was struggling.
Who's your 6?
At number 6, I have DeMar DeRozan. What?
I love DeMar, bro.
I like him. I just feel like there is going to be a little steps where, with the Kings, De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis are going to take a little bit of away. But he's still going to play really well.
Yeah.
I think he's still going to play really well. But De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis, those are the guys with the Kings.
Okay.
Those are the guys making the plays, primarily.
I just think they needed a DeMar last year, bro, and they got him.
That's true, but
They got him.
I just feel like the guys above him are going to play better.
All right, I'm not mad at it. I mean, this next tier, guys, I don't know who we have different. I'm trying to think of who you have that I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But
I have one guy who I know you're going to be like, what the heck?
These next 5 guys, I think, should be the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
And my number 5 here is Jimmy Butler. I think he's just a playoff riser. I think last year in the playoffs was kind of down. It was just a weird end of their season, I guess. And I think regular season-wise, I can't put him higher than any of these other guys either. So that's why he was at 5 pretty much. Last year was his career high from 3, though, which was kind of...
He shot well from the 3?
Yeah, he shot 41% last year.
What? Oh, because he was missing a whole bunch of games.
And he wasn't shooting a lot of them, each game.
But I was still, wait a minute.
But still, shout out him for doing that, man. So I put him at 5.
I have him way higher, but...
And I'm not mad at it because I think when you think of him, you think of the playoffs, obviously. But last year, bad taste in my mouth.
No, I understand, man. But yeah, I have him higher. But I love me some Jimmy Butler.
Him.
At number 5... This is where it's going to get complicated. I got Lauri Markkanen at number 5.
You are a crackhead.
I got Lauri Markkanen at number 5.
You're a crackhead. I thought it was maybe Brandon Ingram. I don't remember where you had Brandon Ingram.
I had him at 8, I believe, Brandon Ingram.
Bro, what?
That man just got paid. It's his team.
And they're not going to make the playoffs, and they're going to be ass.
But all he can do is just improve at this point. All he can do is just improve.
Can
23, 8, and 2. I feel like he can do way better than that.
What do you think he does next year?
I think he can definitely be a 27-point scorer. Maybe even 28. I think he can.
Tripping.
Man, that man is a scorer.
Tripping.
7-foot scorer.
Tripping.
Dirk Nowitzki.
27?
48, 40, and 90.
And then where are the Jazz going to finish?
I could see him.
Don't say something stupid. I feel like you're about to say something stupid. Hold back.
Definitely not top 6. Definitely not. But I could see him being the sneaky playing team. I could see it.
Sneaky playing as in sneaky 7 or 8, or sneaky playing as in 9 or 10?
I could see it 8 or 9. I could see it 8 or 9.
Nah, bro. Keep that shit away from me, bro. Keep that shit away from me. I
could see it.
I don't want to see them in the playoffs, bro. I don't want to see them in the play-in or the playoffs, bro. I'm sorry.
I just want to see Lauri Markkanen thrive. And I feel like he can.
I don't think he can more than
I think he
J-Dub.
can.
Let me see. Let's go through this.
You're like, let's talk about these teams real quick in the standings.
Let's go through this really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Really quick. Because I think the rest of the list we should fly through. But, the Thunder obviously not going to be better than the Nuggets are not going to be better than the Timberwolves are not going to be better than the Clippers. I don't think they'll be better than them, but I feel like maybe you'll say something.
It's just a weird team. That's what I'm so flustered about. I don't think the Clippers are going to be up there. I feel like they're going to be in that 8, 9, 10 range.
I think they'll be closer to 7, 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Dallas?
No.
The Dallas is better, right?
Yeah, Dallas is better. My bad.
Phoenix
is better.
New Orleans?
It's just a weird roster, bro. But
it is, but it's better, right?
They do have better players in their starting 5.
You guys? Lakers? Lakers are
I'm going to be
Jazz.
for real. We're going to have a weird season next year. But we do have our roster. So I'm going to say the Lakers because of that.
My problem with the Lakers next year, bro, is you guys didn't do anything to get better.
Exactly.
Other than maybe get rid of the fucking worst coach in basketball.
Thank God.
So that's 8 teams. Kings.
No.
9. Warriors.
I can see the Warriors.
Okay, you could. What about the Grizzlies?
Okay, no.
I don't think they make the playoffs, bro.
Never mind.
I don't think they make the playoffs. I think they might be bottom of the West.
11-12? You think they're going to be lower?
I think they'll be worse than the Warriors. I think they'll be worse than the Rockets. I think maybe the Spurs could be better than them. Maybe. If Wemby has that super jump.
And if Chris Paul really is the playmaking god that we see him being next year for the Spurs.
I'm looking at 14-15 for them, bro. Which sucks. Because I do like Lauri. And I do like dudes like Colin Sexton. But I don't know.
I really do feel like he could be a top 5, like, no matter what. Even if he is playing bad, like, I still feel like he can be a top 5 small forward.
He would have to average 27 for me to put him there. And I don't think he's going to do that. But if you say he's going to do that.
I think he can do that.
That's your expectation for him?
I really think he can do that.
My number 4, this is where I had DeMar DeRozan.
Okay.
I was surprised when I was looking at this, but last season was his career high in minutes. And I feel like he's so, like, old. Like, how is he? And he's never had a season less than 65 games.
He's a consistent player.
He's a trooper, bro. And for him to average 24, I know his defense isn't the best, but this Kings team's going to put up numbers, and he might have a 27-point season next year.
I don't know about that.
I think he might not get as many shots, but he's going to get a lot more quality shots playing next to real basketball players.
I really do see a 21-6-6 year. Like, I feel like
which I think is fair for him to be at 4 too. Mm-hmm. So either way, but I think he could average 26 next year. That's kind of where I got him.
Okay.
26.
I'm not mad about that.
Who's your 4?
At number 4, this is where I got Paul George.
Okay, I'm not mad at it.
I was about to say, this is a new team. He's still going to have to get used to it. And he did say one thing that kind of got me a little nervous on this list. Okay. I feel like he's perfect for the team and the mindset's perfect. But, like, putting him over the other guys, I don't know about that. So he said, like, he's going to try to be the backup guy for Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid, which means he may take a step back and he's going to focus on everything else for a second. But if they need him to score, he'll score. Especially, like, he'll occasionally get at the beginning, first and second quarter, make a couple points here and there. But I feel like this is a comment where it's like, I'm going to come in for you guys in the fourth quarter.
I think, though, and this might be, I don't know if this is a hot take, but being the backup guy to, like, Embiid, who averages, like, 36, and Tyrese Maxey, who could average 30 next year, he could still average 27 and be a fucking backup guy. Like, I think this team plays to his strengths a lot more than the Clippers did.
That is true.
I think he's going to average – I think he'll average more than 23 next year, which he averaged last year.
Passing in slang? That is true.
That is true.
That is true.
I think he have a 25-point season. He's my number 3. So I think he averages a 25, something like that.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I hope he does.
What's your number 3?
At number 3, I got Jaylen Brown.
Really?
I got Jaylen Brown at number 3.
You're kind of wild for who your number 2 is, if I'm thinking about this right.
I really do feel like if you think it is my number 2, I feel like the team is better built, and I feel like he's definitely going to take the regular season more seriously next year. Because I do feel like that team can be a contender to win the chip.
Really?
I really do. Okay. That's how much I like that team.
Let's talk about it then. My number 2 is Jaylen Brown. Who's your number 2?
Number 2 is Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler. Bro, you can't stop that man when he's serious, man. And the team next year, the fact that at this point they don't even have Jaime Jaquez. Like, wait, do they have? They don't have him starting.
Yeah.
And the guys they have, whether it's Nikola Jovic or Kelly Ware playing the starting or coming off the bench, they got some guys, man. They got some guys, and I really do like this team, and I really do feel like it's always going to be Jimmy Butler's team. It's always. Bam Adebayo's good, but it's Jimmy Butler's team.
For sure.
This is him. That's why I have him at 2.
This is my problem with that, right? Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I think their team is better than it's probably ever been in, like, this run. Because, the Max Strus, who was the point guard there? Gabe Vincent. Like, those guys popped off, but they're not as good players as, like, a Jovic, as a Jaime Jaquez, as dudes like that.
Terry.
As a scary Terry. Exactly. But my problem with the Heat is every year I fall for the trap. Where I'm like, this is the year that they're going to be a top 3 seed. They're going to be able to cakewalk the playoffs, be healthy type. And every year they are a playing team and they somehow make it to the end. I don't know how realistic it is for – I don't know. I need to see him do it. I need to see him do it before I put him there. But if they do it, I'm with you.
Okay.
I don't think he's better than Jaylen Brown, but I would put him at 3.
I do.
I think Jaylen Brown on his own team is like almost a 30-point scorer, and he's a great defender as well. So I think that's where I would put the difference. I think Jimmy Butler does the little things better, where he's a better leader. He's
and he's all around.
Yeah, he could play the 4 damn near. Jaylen Brown I wouldn't put at the 4. But number 1, I have Dylan Brooks.
Me too.
Nah, number 1's LeBron, bro. I wanted to do it. I wanted to get spicy. I wanted to throw Jaylen Brown there. Should have threw DeMar there, honestly. Should have threw Desmond Bane there, honestly. But I mean, LeBron is like great. He's great, you know? He's great. And the Lakers, I don't think are going to be that well next year. But when you look at all the stats, bro, like LeBron, I think averaged the most points out of any small forward.
Yep.
I think he averaged the most rebounds any small forward, most assists out of any small forward. Maybe they got him on free throw percentage, but like he impacts winning at a level that these guys don't really do that. So I put him number 1.
Hey, y'all already know what I'm gonna say, man.
You don't. I gave LeBron flowers for the first time
Exactly.
on the show.
That's awesome. That's actually a big feat for this guy right here. That's a big one.
I respect the game, bro. I just don't think he's as great as everyone says he is. That's it. But he's the best small forward in the league. Congratulations. You passed a bunch of number 2 options in Jimmy Butler. Great job, King.
It's LeBron James, man. I'm a Laker fan.
We know.
Through and through. Laker fan. I like LeBron, but I hated him for the longest time. But ever since he's played for the Lakers, I really thought he was going to come here and make a couple movies, put a couple stats in. I didn't think he'd win a couple Space Jams. I didn't think he would take it like super serious. But the way he's been doing his thing and everything, I've grown an appreciation for him, bro. No matter what, I instantly, once I started this list, I put him at number 1. I didn't even have to check the stats.
Yeah, this was when I started from the top down. I didn't really do that for the other ones. But let us know what you guys think about our list. Whose list was better? Whose list was worse? Phil, let them know what they need to do.
Yes, sir. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow Playbook Sports HQ on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Make sure to hit that bell as well. Maybe you got some live streams coming to you on YouTube. Make sure to stay safe. Me and Anna out, and let's bounce.
Bounce.